everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Newton's Panthers going up against Smith's Chiefs. With that, we're off to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where we welcome in our broadcasters, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Carolina Panthers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Another pistol look here. Now a first carry for their fullback. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Kelvin Benjamin has to be a feature of this offense that's on your screen now.
Definitely a #1 receiver, a huge target with some speed. It's almost like go-go gadget when he goes up to get the football. No matter how you defend him, he can go just a little bit higher.
And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Eric Berry's the textbook definition of ball-hawking safety. You name it, he can do it on the football field.
This is Stewart again. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Mike Tolbert taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They'll come out in the pistol. Smith on first down. Screen pass to Charles. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 8 on the play. Second down now after the pass completion. On the ground, it's the first carry here for Jamal Charles. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And incomplete there. A nice base hit jars the ball free and brings up third down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Charles Johnson off the edge. A long day for any offensive tackle.
Throwing on third down, Smith. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. And the Panthers coming out now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On first down, Smith. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Again, we'll see the pistol here. A first down carry here for Charles. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play. And when you have a free safety who can run like that, you've got to turn him loose. On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
So it's fourth down, and the Chiefs called on their kicker, Cairo Santos, for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on fourth down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold. He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Back to throw, Newton. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he's got room. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes
and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Justin Houston in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On second down, here's Newton. Going right side here, and that's complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Partner, I do take pride in being honest about what I've said. And with Kelvin Benjamin, I wasn't sure he had enough speed to be a true #1 receiver in the NFL.
What do you think now?
I was wrong. His size, his length, his ability to uncover latent routes, that more than makes up for whatever lack of speed he has. He is something.
Yeah, week 1, 91 yards. And how about this past week, week 2, 108 yards, 2 scores. Again, it's Stewart on 2nd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Smith now to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
3rd and 2, Smith. And Conley's got it over the middle. They'll get a couple yards on that one. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They are going for it. It's Smith. And able to find Conley. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Call it a 3-yard gain. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And there's a completion to Travis Kelce. I think he's starting to come into his own as a tight end and as a player. And that makes his quarterback, Alex Smith, really happy.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Smith. And this is caught. Jeremy Maclin. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jeremy Maclin, 33 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Whoa. He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defense.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Newton now to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down, here's Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now Newton on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Second and 10, Newton again. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it off to Jamal Charles there. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception. And sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
Not only was that a 3 and out, it was their 3rd straight incompletion on this drive, and they didn't even think about trying to run the football. Now they have to give it up.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And now what they want to see here, he's still down on the field. Obviously such an important part of their passing game, and the training staff, they're going to have to attend to it. Now Stewart on 1st down. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
In the red zone this time. Now a 10th carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he's got this one down to the 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Mike Tolbert, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And his kick is good. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And out come the Chiefs now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Well, while we have a second, let's look at the fantasy football world. Some of those guys that were expected to be elite taken in most leagues round 1, how do you think they fared?
My partner, I should be asking you because I know you exist in this world in a big way, but it looks like the guys at the top of the list are doing pretty well. Odell Beckham Jr., Antonio Brown was a monster in week 1. And Julio Jones, he's coming along really, really well. And then the guys who run the ball, David Johnson in Arizona. Boy, catches it, runs it, doing a great job. And don't sleep on Ezekiel Elliott at 83 yards and a touchdown. Don't trade him.
They're giving him the ball a lot, that's for sure. And then D'Angelo Williams has been excellent. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They keep it on the ground again to Stewart as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Newton takes it himself. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll come out in the pistol. After the run, Newton and he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Justin Houston in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
3rd and long, it's Newton. And he finds a man, it's Olsen. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
Smiles, everyone, smiles, because when Cam Newton and Greg Olsen hook up like they've been doing throughout this game, that's one big reason why they're winning.
What makes Greg Olsen so tough to cover?
I think he really is a wide receiver in a tight end's body. He runs his routes with such great precision and some physical toughness, and he really fights and competes for the ball.
And then, of course, it helps to have Cam Newton throwing it to you. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Newton gives off to Stewart. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, after that pickup of a 1st down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to ride and in a bad mood.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy.
Now I've been in New York, Texas,